We're in the final hours of the STS-34 launch countdown at this time. Everything is proceeding smoothly here in the firing room, at the Launch Control Center, and at Launch Pad 39B. A full 5-day mission begins with the primary objective of deploying the Galileo spacecraft from the payload bay so it can begin its 6-year journey to the planet Jupiter. Several scientific experiments will be conducted, and orbiter detailed test objectives will also be performed during the mission. And we have the STS-34 flight crew with a pumpkin decorated in an astronaut suit. We've got Commander Don Williams. This is going to be his second flight today. We've got Mission Specialist Franklin Chang Diaz making his second flight as well. Mission Specialist Shannon Lucid, this is her second flight. And Mission Specialist Ellen Baker making her first flight today. Pilot Mike McCulley also making his first flight today. Flight crew will be departing for the launch pad in about an hour and 10 minutes or so after they get their weather briefing and don their flight suits. Weather forecast for this morning remains the same, with a 60% chance of not violating our weather criteria. They're called crew altitude protection systems, and they have consist of a helmet. These are pressurized garments, and they do wear gloves and boots. There's pilot Michael McCulley. He's Mission Specialist Shannon Lucid. Crew does need assistance getting into these suits. They are bulkier than the other suits that were worn previous to the STS-26 mission. It's Mission Specialist Franklin Chang Diaz. And we got the flight crew here, led by Commander Don Williams. STS-34 Commander Don Williams now preparing for his entry into Atlantis' crew module. Williams is a captain in the United States Navy. He was born in Lafayette, Indiana. Mission Specialist Shannon Lucid is being prepared to board the orbiter at this time. She was born in Shanghai, China, but considers Bethany, Oklahoma her hometown.
958, 959 are complete, and 960 is not performed. Thank you, sir.
At T-minus 7 minutes 30 seconds, the orbiter access arm will be retracted away from the vehicle.
We get a go from flight before
We started retraction of the orbiter's access arm.
NGD flight 212.
Red flight.
Okay, we're going to be go on TAL, but we're going to have to switch sites to Zaragoza. So we hold at T-5. We can give the crew an update.
Copy.
At this time, the 3 main engines are being gimbaled and positioned for start.
OTC 1081 is complete. Copy.
Liquid oxygen tank now reported at flight pressure.
Memory is cleared and no unexpected messages.
Copy, and flight crew, close and lock your visors, initiate O2 flow, and have a good flight.
T-minus 2 minutes. Flight crew's been instructed to close their visors. Less than 2 minutes away now from launch. All systems are go. T-minus 31 seconds.
TLS is go for auto sequence start.
We have a go for auto sequence start. Atlantis' 4 redundant computers have primary control of critical vehicle functions through liftoff.
20.
T-minus 20. T-minus 15. 11, 10, 9. We have a go for main engine start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition and liftoff of Atlantis and the Galileo spacecraft bound for Jupiter.
Houston now controlling.
Tower clear. Roll program.
Roger, roll, Atlantis.
Roll program initiated, about 110-degree roll maneuver. Guidance confirms a good roll maneuver. 3 engines throttling back now to 65% as Atlantis passes through the area of maximum dynamic pressure. Throttle's now at 65%. APU's looking good. Velocity 2,000 feet per second. Velocity now 1,400 feet per second. Downrange distance 3 nautical miles.
Atlantis, go at throttle up.
Engines now throttle back. Engines now back to 104%. All systems performing well. Standing by for separation of these solid rocket boosters at 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Velocity now 2,700 feet per second. Downrange 10 nautical miles. Separation of SRBs confirmed. Velocity now 4,200 feet per second. Downrange 33 nautical miles.